welcome to the Genesis 3 Scripturally Game Show. We are your hosts. I'm Nathan Rugg, and this is
Alexander Rugg.
Today, our contestants are
Leah Seabrooke,
Schatzi Trones,
Tansy Sample,
and replacing Anna Norberg is Hannah Bartholomew. We're going to start with reference recall. Contestants will face off with 6 head-to-head matches answering questions from Genesis chapter 3. They will have 3 minutes to respond to as many questions as possible, earning 25 points per question. There is no penalty for incorrect responses. However, after 3 wrong answers, their run ends. The contestant with the highest score at the end of each match will earn an additional 200 bonus points. Let's see who knows the story of the fall the best.
Our first 2 contestants are Leah Seabrooke and Schatzi Trones.
All right, so here we are. Reference recall. We have Leah on the left, Schatzi on the right, and they both have questions that they are trying to answer. And you see that Leah has already got 4 correct, and you see that Schatzi's camera went out. Hopefully she comes back. Seems like we may have lost her. But Leah is going full speed ahead at 7 questions with 1 strike so far. And so the questions start out easier and they get harder. So now the questions are asking about just particular words in a verse. So you really have to know the passage extremely well to be able to answer these questions. And then eventually they get into even more difficult things with Hebrew words as well.
The winner of this game show will move on to the finals in August.
Yep, this is the 3rd show in the season. There's one more where we get 1 more qualifier for the game show. We already have Anna Norberg qualified last, and the first qualifier was
Julie Pan.
Yeah. So it looks like Schatzi is not coming back. Hopefully this can be fixed. I don't know what happened here, but we just have to keep going. And Leah's already got 19. She's now at 20, doing well with 1 minute left. And now we see some of the questions have blanks in the words in the verses to make it trickier. Still only has 1 strike, so she's doing quite well. Hopefully she can keep this pace. She's still got several more seconds left to go to add to her score. Now we're getting to Hebrew words, and that's getting trickier. 1 wrong there. Now down to 2. She got 2 strikes, 1 last strike, and only 20 seconds left on the clock. And, oh good, Schatzi is back and answering questions rapidly. Catching up, so that is good. Hopefully her camera will also come back. But I don't know what happened there. So Leah has struck out at 27 with just 5 seconds left, and it's about to end. Fortunately, Schatzi was able to get a few in there. All right. So, good job. All right, that was exciting, but Leah Seabrooke is the winner. Let's go to our next matchup.
Our next 2 contestants are Tansy Sample and Hannah Bartholomew.
All right, Timothy has been on the show before and is kind of an expert, a reference recall specialist. He has been known to score perfect on reference recall, getting 50 questions correct in 3 minutes, multiple times. So he is planning on continuing that streak, and he came close to winning one of the game shows. So he first game show. So he is he's a strong contender here. We'll see if he can. Think he can get a 50.
We'll see.
You think it's possible? You think he can do it on stream? He's definitely he's been preparing for this. But Hannah is no slouch too. Hannah, even though she actually came in 5th place on the test, on our Scripture League Genesis 3 test, after Anna Norberg, but Anna Norberg was not able to make it. She was not able to make it to this match, and she already qualified for the finals anyway, so it's not a big problem for her. But so Timothy is already at 27, and he still has a minute and 30 seconds left. And Hannah is doing very well too. Neither of them have any incorrect answers yet, which is very impressive. These are not easy questions. He really knows his Genesis 3, 34 to 17.
It's definitely a lot harder in the game show too.
When there's pressure on you, people watching, it's always more difficult.
He's already at 40 with 1 minute.
Yeah, 1 minute left, and he only needs 9 more.
And no strikes.
Wow. Yeah, no misses, no incorrect. Hannah has 1. That one stuck. Timothy was stuck for a minute, but now he's back on the answering.
3 left. 2.
Well, he's got 30 seconds left, and he only needs 1 more, and he's got a perfect run, and he got it.
With no mistakes.
With no mistakes, with 25 seconds left. Can Hannah catch up and score some points? Can she get a few more correct? She's got only 1 strike, so she still has 2 more. So she can.
She gets 25 points per question, so the more she gets, even in these last 2 seconds, will help.
Yeah. So, and 26. All right. Woo! All right. Good job, Timothy. And our next matchup is
Leah Seabrooke and Timothy Sample.
Timothy is back in the fray. And let's see how Leah can hold up against Timothy's monstrous run. He is going so fast. Look at him. Just blaze through these first 5 questions. Leah is careful to not make any mistakes. She is... Sorry.
She was first place on the test.
Leah was the first place on the test. She got almost nothing wrong. So she is no slouch. She knows her Bible well. So she's going to be a tough contender here in the reference recall, and also in the next round where we're asking more questions. So Timothy is trying to get as many points ahead as he can, I think, at the beginning, and then see what. Hopefully he can keep his lead up. But Leah is actually catching up, staying with him pretty close. But Leah has 2 strikes. And Timothy got his first strike. So Leah has to be really careful because she cannot make another mistake. But she is not far from Timothy, so we'll see. Which verse does not contain the word eat is the one she's been thinking about. Eat is an important verb here in Genesis 3, isn't it? And one of those verses does not contain eat. You got to think about each one. And she got it. Good. And which verse does not contain the word Elohim is what Timothy's on. What is Elohim? And Leah has struck out.
Elohim is God.
Elohim is the word for God in Hebrew. So, can Timothy get all the way to 50 again? He still has 2 strikes left. He is doing well with a little over a minute left on the clock.
He has definitely been prepared for this.
He has been preparing for this day. And 10 more, and he's got 50 seconds. Can he do it? Which of these words appear first in Genesis 3? Wow, that is...
last.
Here's last. Genesis. He did well.
And first.
That is a difficult question. He's answering before I even can read all the possibilities. And now we've got Hebrew in there as well. He's making it look easy, but this is not easy. 25 seconds left, and he's got it again. Another 50. Woo! Excellent job, Timothy. All right, our next match we have
Schatzi Trones and Hannah Bartholomew.
All right, it's good to see Schatzi back again. Let's see how it works this time. We've got one right and one wrong for Hannah. And Schatzi looks like she is still thinking over the first one. Hopefully it is working. And she's just thinking on it. She doesn't want to make a mistake. Don't know. But Hannah is plowing ahead with now 6 correct questions. It seems that there might be something wrong with Schatzi's screen. I don't know. But Hannah is able to keep going. So, which verse contains the word Adam?
One strike left.
One strike left. 2 minutes left. Which verse contains the word tree? She's got it. She's still going. Which verse contains the word voice? Voice. That is when they hear God walking.
Mm-hmm. The voice.
The voice of God walking in the garden. Which verse does not contain the word eyes? Eyes. When do eyes appear?
Pleasant to the eyes?
Yes. Eve looking at the fruit. That's pleasant to the eyes. Which verse does not contain the word ground? She got it. Which verse does not contain the word serpent? Serpent is an important word in Genesis 3, of course. The serpent who deceives Eve and brings the fall to man. Still has 1 strike left. She's been able to make a lot of progress with that last strike. That's good. Word good. And we have life on the other board. Again, the last minute. Don't know what's going on there, but at least she's still alive, and something is working. Oh, and Hannah does strike out. And hopefully we'll be able to get these. Hopefully these problems will resolve. She's able to make a lot of progress here in the last few seconds. She's doing it on purpose, trying to give them a head start, but 10 questions at the end there is quite good. All right. Congratulations, Hannah. Let's move on to our next match.
This is Leah Seabrooke versus Hannah Bartholomew.
All right. I think their scores are tied, if I can see that correctly. So they are close competitors here. So let's see. They're both at 4 and 4 now. Leah's at 5, but Hannah is catching up. So They are neck and neck here, 8-7.
9 games. Leah is slowly inching.
Yeah, she is slowly pulling ahead. One question stumped Hannah. But she's not too far behind. And Leah gets a strike as well. Which first is not contain Adam, and she got it. What do you think is easier, versus when it has the not contain or this reverse contains?
Contains, because if it's not, then you have to think through everyone, but if it's contains, and you see one, and then you think through it, and it has it, and then you just do it.
Yeah. That's hard to find the ones that aren't, don't have it.
It's even more annoying when it has none of these.
Yeah, sometimes it says none of these, and you gotta think, okay, what do all other ones say? So, Leah has still been keeping her edge, slowly widening it, but Hannah is not far behind. She can still catch up, especially if Leah strikes out.
Still 1 minute. So,
Still a lot of reference recall to go for the two contestants. Another strike for Hannah. So she's gotta be careful now. She does not want to strike out. He is also being careful here. And they're both at the last strike. 30 seconds left.
and Leah is out.
Leah strikes out. But Hannah's only got 20 seconds to catch up. And that's going to be hard with 9 questions. Got one more. And Leah is our winner for this round, this match. Good job, Leah. All right. Our next match,
This is our last match, isn't it?
I think so, is Schatzi Trones versus Timothy Sample. All right, let's see how this goes. So Timothy, can he keep his streak going? And can Schatzi,
Schatzi is moving.
she's moving, can she answer questions before it gets to the last few seconds? It seems that the answer is no for some reason, which is a problem. I do not know what it is, but Timothy has already got 11 questions, which is very impressive. Unfortunately, there seems to be some sort of problem with Schatzi's computer, I would guess. I don't know if she can, what the problem is. We'll have to look into that. But everyone else seems to be able to keep going. So
Ooh.
Timothy has one mistake, but he's already on 20, so he's still doing quite well. If he can get another 50, that would be.
That would send him into the next round with 4,350 points, which is more than Ann Norberg won with last time.
That's pretty good, big. But there's still a
Already
lot of
down
game
to-
left.
And already down to the last strike.
He's down to the last strike. But he's at 28. Yeah, so we were able to confirm that Mrs. Trones is having technical difficulties. And she's not able to play reference recall, so unfortunately that her score, she's not going to be able to score her points, so we'll have to keep going without it. And Timothy struck out at 28 points. 28 questions correct, which is still very good. And should, I think we'll go on shortly here. Should be ending the match soon. There we are. All right, Timothy, good job. Almost a perfect sweep, but pretty close. So, let's look at the scoreboard.
Leah Seabrooke is in second place with 2,200 points.
Schatzi Trones is in fourth place with 525 points because of technical difficulties.
Timothy Sample is in first place with 3,800 points.
And Hannah Bartholomew is in third place with 1,825 points.
3,800 is still more than...
It's a lot of points. So, but we have one more round though, and anything can happen here. We have our game board with 30 questions. There are 5 categories, no, 6 categories with 5 point values. Today's categories are:
Yea, hath God said.
The blame game.
Lead me not into temptation.
Beauty and the Beast.
Curses, curses.
And beginning at the ending again. All right, Timothy, please select a question for us from the board.
Yea, hath said for 100.
What did Eve add to the instructions that God gave them regarding the fruit?
Schatzi.
They should not touch it.
Correct. All right. Please choose a question for us.
Yea, hath God said for 200.
Which chapter records God telling Adam that he could not eat of any tree of the garden?
Hannah.
Chapter 2.
Sorry. Timothy.
No chapter.
That is correct. All right,
That-
Timothy, choose a question.
That was the false thing that the serpent accused God of saying.
Yea, hath God said for 300.
In which verse does God say that man had become like one of us?
Timothy.
Verse 22.
Correct. All right, please choose a question.
Yea, hath God said for 400.
In which chapter does Jesus call the devil the father of lies?
The correct answer is John 8. All right, Timothy, please choose another question.
The blame game for 100.
In which verse is a reptile blamed?
Leah.
Verse 13.
Good job. Please choose a question.
Blame game for 200.
In Exodus 32, 22 to 24, who blames the people for a great sin?
The correct answer is Aaron.
The great sin is specifically the golden calf.
Mm-hmm. All right, Leah, please choose a question from the board.
The blame game for 300.
Whom does the servant blame in Matthew 25, 24 to 25?
Schatzi.
The master.
Correct. All right, please choose a question for us.
Lead me not into temptation for 100.
Which chapter describes Satan tempting a righteous man by destroying his possessions and killing his children?
That would be Job chapter 1. Schatzi, please choose another question from the board.
Beginning at the ending for 100.
According to Revelation 22:14, who will have the right to the tree of life?
Schatzi.
They that overcome.
Hannah.
People who believe.
Leah.
Those who walk the road.
And that is correct. Leah, please choose a question from the board.
Lead me not into temptation for 200.
What Hebrew word is used to describe what the serpent did to Eve in Genesis 3:13?
Schatzi.
Nasha.
Correct. All right. Please choose a question for us.
Beginning at the ending for 200.
In Genesis 3, Adam and Eve realize that they are naked, which church in Revelation was described as naked.
The correct answer was the Church of Laodicea. Schatzi, please select a question from the board.
Lead me not into temptation for 300.
Which two chapters describe Jesus' temptation by the devil?
That would be Matthew 4 and Luke 4. Okay, Schatzi, please choose another question.
The blame game for 400.
In 1 Samuel 15, Israel receives a large abundance of livestock against God's orders. Who is blamed for this in 1 Samuel 15:15?
Hannah.
The people. Or the Israelites.
That's correct. Hannah, please choose a question for us.
Beauty and the Beast for 100.
What is the Hebrew word for serpent?
Schatzi.
Nahash.
All right. Please choose a question.
Beauty and the Beast for 200.
What does the name Eve mean?
Hannah.
Mother of all living.
Timothy.
Pleasant.
And Leah. Say that again. Say that again.
Life.
That is correct.
Eden is pleasant.
She was the mother of all living, so she was called Eve. All right, Leah, please choose a question for us.
Curses for 100.
Whom did God promise that he would curse them that cursed him?
Leah?
Cain.
The correct answer was Abram. All right, Leah, please choose a question from the board.
Curses for 200.
What is the Hebrew word for curse?
Leah?
RR or error. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Good enough. All right, Leah, choose a question for us.
Beginning at the ending for 300.
Which chapter and verse in Revelation say that there shall be no more curse?
Schatzi. Say that again.
3. Revelation 22:3.
Good job. Please choose a question for us.
Beginning at the ending for 400.
Which chapter of Revelation talks about death being cast into the lake of fire?
That would be Revelation chapter 20. All right, Schatzi, please choose another question.
Beginning at the ending for 500.
Which chapter of Revelation talks about that old serpent which deceiveth the whole world?
Hannah.
Chapter 12.
Correct. Hannah, please choose a question for us.
Beauty and the Beast, 300.
Which New Testament chapter records Paul's fear that the church would be corrupted, just as the serpent beguiled Eve?
Schatzi.
2 Corinthians 11.
Correct. Good job. Please choose a question for us.
Yea, hath God said for 500.
In which chapter does Jesus talk about sorrow and childbearing?
Leah.
Genesis 3.
Schatzi.
John 16.
Good job. All right, please choose a question for us.
Lead me not into temptation for 400.
What is Jesus' antidote for temptation in Matthew 26:41?
That would be to watch and pray. Schatzi, please choose another question for us.
Lead me not into temptation for 500.
Which chapter and verse tells us that no one is tempted by God?
Hannah.
James James 1:14.
James 1:13. All right, Schatzi, please choose a question for us.
Curses for 300.
After the fall of man in Genesis chapter 3, who was cursed next in the Bible?
Leah.
Cain.
That is right. Leah, please choose a question for us.
Curses for 400.
In Numbers chapters 22 to 24, who was asked to curse God's people? Who was asked to curse God's people but could not?
Schatzi.
Balaam.
That's correct. All right, please choose another question for us.
The blame game for 500.
Who refuses to take responsibility in Matthew 27:24?
That would be Pontius Pilate. All right, Schatzi, please choose a question for us.
Beauty and the Beast for 400.
In which chapter did Moses put a serpent of brass on a pole that healed whoever looked at it?
That was Numbers chapter 21. All right, Schatzi, please choose a question for us.
Beauty and the Beast for 500.
Which chapter in Revelation describes a woman arrayed in beautiful garments sitting on a beast?
That was Revelation chapter 17. All right, there's one more question left.
Curses.
Which chapter of Genesis, besides Genesis 3, talks about the ground which the Lord hath cursed?
That was Genesis chapter 5. All right, that concludes this game show. Let's look at the scores.
In fourth place, we have Hannah Bartholomew with 1,725 points.
In third place, we have Leah Seabrooke with 2,500 points.
In second place, we have Schatzi Trones with 2,625 points.
And our winner today is Timothy Sample with 4,100 points. Congratulations, Timothy. That concludes our show. Thank you for watching, everyone. God bless, and we'll see you next time. Bye.